Hi, my name is Narasimha Reddy Bommaka. I'm a certified Scrum trainer with Scrum Alliance, and I've been helping organizations, folks to learn Scrum and implement it in an effective way from last 10 years. And I guess would have trained more than 20,000 professionals, helping them learn Scrum and use it more effectively. So today I'm here to talk about events in Scrum real quick. So there are 5 events in Scrum. So let's talk about all of them and see if there is anything that you can take away from this short video, right? So the 5 events in Scrum, the first event that happens inside a sprint is sprint planning. So sprint planning is an event where entire Scrum team gets together and collaborate and discuss and agree on what is the goal that they should try and achieve for the business in this sprint. So usually the first part of sprint planning is going to focus on discussing with the product owner, looking at the product backlog and agree on what features the team can take up to achieve a particular business outcome for the business. And in the second part of sprint planning, the development team would even spend some time discussing how they can go about creating that outcome, or how to go about building the features that they agreed upon with the product owner in the first part of sprint planning. So by the end of sprint planning, Scrum team will have what is called as a sprint goal and the sprint backlog. Sprint backlog is used by development team to organize their work throughout the sprint. So once the planning is over inside the sprint, throughout the sprint, now the team is going to work towards achieving the sprint goal. Along with that work towards achieving the sprint goal, development team is also going to participate in one event called Daily Scrum every day. So Daily Scrum is an inspect adapt event, I would say, that happens on a daily basis where the entire development team gets together and use this Daily Scrum to inspect or assess their progress towards a sprint goal. So that's why I call Daily Scrum as a daily inspect adapt opportunity for the development team to see how they are doing to achieve the sprint goal and see if there is any problem, issue or impediment that anybody in the development team is facing and how they can collaborate to solve that. So usually the problem solving happens outside the Daily Scrum, but at least Daily Scrum would give an opportunity for the entire team to get together and assess where they are doing and who requires what help to resolve any problem to make further progress. And actual problem solving happens outside the Daily Scrum with relevant folks in the team who would work on that. So that would happen every day in the sprint, and towards end of the sprint, team is also going to participate in 2 events. So they are working towards achieving the sprint goal throughout the sprint, and along with that they are participating in Daily Scrum. And towards end of the sprint, there are 2 events that happen in every sprint, that is sprint review and sprint retrospective. So let's talk about sprint review first. Sprint review is an opportunity for the entire Scrum team to get together with other business stakeholders and showcase the product increment they have developed in this sprint to other business stakeholders and get their feedback. That's why I say it's an opportunity to get feedback on the increment from other business stakeholders, and this feedback could result in adding new items or new enhancements or new features to the product backlog. Depending upon the feedback from other stakeholders, product owner could choose to do that. So that could be one output of a sprint review. And usually in sprint review, I've also seen teams looking at release burn down or burn up. If they are using that in their teams, they would even look at release burn down or burn up and see where they stand overall in the project. Are they going okay? Are they going slow in meeting those timelines or cost expectations that they have in the project? So that is also something that you can do in sprint review. So once sprint review is over, the last event that happens inside a sprint is retrospective. Sprint retrospective is an opportunity for the entire Scrum team to inspect the way they are working. So I would say retrospective is a continuous improvement opportunity in Scrum, where the entire Scrum team gets together, look at how they are working together, what has gone well in the current sprint, what is it that they can do differently to make it even better in future. This could be a people issue, or process issue, or anything that is going to make the team work more effectively. So usually a retrospective ends with Scrum team agreeing on at least few action items that they want to take up in order to improve the way they are working in this project. So that's the 4th event and last event inside the sprint. And all these 4 events that we just talked about is happening within a sprint, and sprint itself is considered as an event in Scrum. So that makes it 5 events in Scrum, because sprint is a container event within which all the other 4 events that we just talked about has happened. So sprint is a time box or a container event within which all the other events are happening. I hope you got some idea about the events in Scrum from this video. If you need more information or help in understanding how to use Scrum in your projects, happy to help. StarAgile is doing trainings across different cities in India. Please look into staragile.com website to get more details. Thank you. See you guys later.